Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the North American Strikers League. My name is K-Bot. No, folks, if you were joining us earlier for the cast, you cannot get rid of me, but I am now joined by Borg, who, by the way, has been carrying 80% of the broadcast for NASL playoffs. Borg, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Not bad. Just got home in a rush. Was out partying, having some fun, but no time for play, only time for work, and playoffs, baby. Like you said, NASL West haven't been able to do a couple of the NASL East ones recently. But 80%, like you said, maybe we'll stick to that. Maybe 85% now, But hey, we're here anyway. NASL West, I believe. Not sure exactly what this one is. What losers bracket? OTKU versus DUBU Strikers. Right, loser semi. I guess we're gonna call it
loser semi.
Yeah,
that means that the winner here gets a spot on the podium for the league, and the loser comes up just short, and they'll be knocked out at fourth place. So this is it. Someone's season's gonna end today, Borg.
Yeah, I mean, still get a prize. Fourth for all their hard work. Get a little money prize. So either way, I mean, all these teams, they get rewarded in some way for their efforts. Even the fifth place team got rewarded with some OD points, some juicy OD points, but I mean, nothing too crazy with that. But other than that, I mean, cash prize for all the winners. Obviously, if you are curious on the breakdown of that, I'm not going to tell you because I don't care. You can go look it up. But first place, actually, I will tell you. I believe it's 3K. Other than that, I'm not sure what the breakdown is.
However, that Borg can't be bothered to pull it up himself,
cannot be bothered,
despite the fact that you should probably have the bracket pulled up anyway.
No, I mean, I'm not winning it. I got 7th, so I don't care anymore. Because if you remind me on what the pricing is, I'm going to get a little bit upset. Either way, I think we're getting in a game here. Pray no loading bugs, but we are in one region, so it should be okay. I believe Odie has fixed that anyway. I'm going to jinx the hell out of this, by the way.
You literally just jinxed it. So, folks, reminder, we did just get a new patch recently. Finny will be disabled for the remainder of playoffs. And so you won't be seeing the new striker, but obviously we're still playing on the live patch. Borg did not jinx it. We are going to be heading to Oni Village for our first game today here. And we'll see what comes through. Already, DUBU Strikers on the blue side here. Very familiar, tried and true composition coming in for them.
Yeah, I mean, Oni Village, one of the maps, pretty hard to cast, so definitely we're going to get woken up here. I mean, you've already been casting, so I think you'll be good overall.
Hopefully.
Perfect way to wake me up for the day. Either way, we're getting here. Grimilla, Breezy Breezy, Reznok kind of loading in here on the side of DUBU Strikers. We got the Era Juliet on Oni Village, pretty standard. The Kai actually coming in possibly for Reznok, and on the side of OTKU Hideout, Mark XO. We got Best Jelly on the Atlas here, actually. Mark XO probably on the Julie. And then, I mean, finish it off, our boy, Alpha Kibi on the Estelle.
Alpha Kibi on the Estelle. So forward-wise, maybe it looks like OTKU Hideout theoretically has a little better core control, but won't have nearly as much speed. It is Castellas Twin Drive. Fantastic starter awakenings, and already Grimella gets taken off of the map. Mark going to convert it into a goal barrier here once, and Best Jelly's Expanse doesn't quite come out in time, equalizing things on the barriers.
Yeah, I mean, Mark XO finds, perfect spot, gets the other one, Reznok a little bit up too far, Strike Core getting that second one, but it's not over yet. First round, first set, nothing too crazy, not really the deciding factor of the game here, but one thing I kind of want to think about here is this Estelle, which is a little bit more aggressive than the Era here. Probably, I mean, on this Oni Village, I think I prefer the Estelle because it's a lot better for getting these barriers. However, with this Atlas, holding it down as well, I think the comp probably a little bit favored on the side of OTKU Hideout. But I mean, DUBU, pretty similar comp. They have the Era, which is basically a budget Estelle on this map overall. Has the Tornado at least, but I mean, Mark XO not budget anything. That dude's a man of his own league as he dash punches it in.
Beautiful from Mark there in the corner, off the dribble, and able to send it right on back. Reznok not expecting that precise angle, but to that point as well that you were talking about it being difficult into Best Jelly's Atlas, but again, reminder folks, it was a twin drive starter as well, so that expanse will be up even more. And now second goal barrier going to fall. Alpha Kibi looking to pass this one up to Mark and is able to find that one to the bottom corner as well. Mark XO has had the number here for Reznok early in this match.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not sure. I didn't really catch the bans in the beginning. I'm not sure if you did, but I'm definitely curious what those are if Atlas is not banned on, Oni Village.
Video was one.
Oh, it was like, oh, I do remember. It was Octavia and something else, but I remember the Octavia away from Mark Exo, who was, I mean, showed up ridiculously with it last week against Bounty Hunters, but not quite able to take the victory away from them. But, you know, able to take it to a best of 3 either way. So very, very close series. I suggest you folks at home watch that if you have not. As 3Z Breezy, dash punch off the edge, beautiful kill. Best Jelly, you know, flips, not quite getting anything out of it, but Mark Exo with the KO as well. So they're going to get about 4 seconds of a power play here as Grimel actually snipes that barrier. So definitely very well played from them as your best Jelly played a little bit dangerous here with these clears.
Playing with fire there around the storm of the Maelstrom, but now Reznok core flips forward, will buy 1 expanse out of Best Jelly, but the core will start to drift up to that speed lane, over to Mark XO, who's able to find the barrier there as well, but now back over to 3Z Breezy, likely has cooldowns online, Gigablast back on forward, on the dribble, no, can't find the put away with the punch there. Now Grimella tries to keep it in this corner, now pass down to 3Z, intercepted by Mark. We'll take this back the other way, but it goes right on over to 3Z, who plays patiently and sends 1 back to the DUBU Strikers.
And Colin emote, baby, the new emote added now. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been in the game for a while, but we've now been awakened to its presence. 3Z Breezy spamming that, representing that for the day. I mean, we'll play from 3Z. He has been grinding a lot recently. He's been streaming a lot, you know. I think he definitely does not want to lose today. Still cares about the game a little bit, still wants to play well, wants his team to play well, even though, you know, Albion might have taken over about half of the squad here. But either way, I mean, kill onto Grimella, so great job from Mark and Kibi there, comboing for that kill. And, I mean, 3Z Reznok, no barriers left. 3Z has flip, but they got a lot to kind of overcome here as they got a second left on here. Great defense from 3Z. Reznok just making sure nothing else came through. But I mean, man, it feels like this Estelle, as we've kind of seen, 2-1 so far, but the Estelle just kind of showed up a little bit better.
And able to find some more of those scoring opportunities, perhaps, and have a little bit better possession of the core. But now, Grimella looking for the pass up to 3Z. That one will falter. Repeating it again, back over to Grimella. Can't find the barrier, gets sent away just in time. Rosewolf forward from Alpha Kiwi. Doesn't catch Reznok off by surprise this time, though. But now, Grimella KO'd once again. Power play opportunity. Mark XO in the corner. Freezy tries to meet him there, but the core goes right on up to Alpha Kiwi, who's able to put it back away. And 3-1 is the first set here in favor of OTKU Hideout.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit too much there for Reznok to handle. Too many pass opportunities, and with the Estelle and the Juliet combos, both, you know, a threat. Has to cover one and not able to get to the other. Either way, good try as, you know, Mark XO gets that heavy impact. Very, very strong here. However, Reznok with the specialized training and with how close a lot of these midfielders have been standing to the edge of the map for these strike wars, you know, we've seen a lot of KOs on them. This specialist training, you know, might get a lot of mileage here as kind of we get into this second set. One other thing to know is the Spark of Strength onto 3Z Breezy. He is going to be stacking. That was the only spark in that pool, so he definitely has a good chance of becoming the mayor this game.
The chain of denials for 3Z to pick that up as well, by the way. Missile propulsion taken away from Alpha Kiwi, and then Alpha Kiwi taking away the tempo swing as well. But we'll see. So I have to imagine this one's going to play pretty similar to the first one. Worth noting as well, we just got the confirmation that the other ban was the Drakar away from Reznok. That's why he's on the Kai here.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we'll see if that Gigablast that is slightly empowered with the specialized training will be able to find a few more KOs there as well. But one goal barrier standing for both sides. I say that, though, able to find the connection there. And now Gigablast comes out. Grimella can't find the pass up to 3Z and is now bullied away once again. Marco has his number, but goes elusive for the moment. Now looking for the second goal bearer. Here's the dash coming in for 3Z Breezy. Can't find the KO, but Alpha Kiwi lower on Stagger. Breezy back to the corner. Still can't find it. And the core once again finds the speed lane. And these goalies been utilizing that speed lane, getting it right around these players and some of these forwards. I mean, hey, core still goes incredibly fast here, especially with the last update. Now, weaker strike back up to the goal barrier. Gets intercepted, but Mark XO still low here. Gigablast connects, not enough. Doesn't find the angle to send him away. Expanse used for one out of Best Jelly. Breezy can't find the shot, though, forward. Now dashing in. Can't find the core flip either. Grimella back up to 3Z. Dribble off the corner. Gets intercepted by their own Maelstrom. Can't find the angle there either. Now it's Mark XO's turn. There it is. able to send that one away. Nice expanse out of Best Jelly as well. Giga Blast doesn't connect with the core. As it starts drifting back the other way. Now KO comes through. Freezy on the power play. Down to Grimella. Here comes the Maelstrom as well. But the core drifts back up to the top side and shuts down that opportunity. Expanse used once again. Nice projection from Best Jelly, and Reznok's back in time. Send this one away. MarkXO trying to find the core. Freezy trying to find the KO on the follow-up as well. Fiery Flurry used to send that one up to Alpha Kiwi, and now MarkXO's got to be careful. Low on Stagger, almost found the goal himself as well. Can't quite do it, and this core is continuing to fly all over the place. What a bounce off of the corner there as well. Back over to Grimella, and starting to see some more energy bursts come online. There's Alpha Kiwis, just as I mentioned it. Core flip finds the bottom corner again. All 4 of these goals have been sent to that bottom corner.
Yeah, I mean, Mark, just because of the specialized training, right, and the damage from 3Z as well coming in a couple times here, getting damaged a lot more, getting, like, look at that. I mean, already half health. However, the difference here is it's Oni Village, right? Very, very hard to KO. And even if you do, you have an Atlas on your team. You have, you know, that insurance. So even if he gets low, it feels like with the Estelle that their goal chances, you know, while soon DUBU Strikers have been getting a lot more of them, they're not quite as good with this Twin Drive Atlas, right? Comparatively to the Estelle Julie goal chances, which are very scary basically every single time. However, you know, I say very scary. Grimella, just using his core flip. I was going to say they both have the core flip, but 3Z still has his. In position, waiting for this pass. Almost gets the KO on Alpha Kiwi. Not quite enough damage. Flip into the expanse. Not quite going to get it past there. And Best Jelly has another one too. Twin Drive. You know, on this map, it's a little bit crazy as both barriers are down anyway, so it won't be too, you know, as crazy as with the barrier. There's a second one coming out. They have a slight chance here as Alpha Kiwi almost gets shot, but Best Jelly's positioning just so good, but MarkXO's is not quite as good as he's getting taken out by the dash punch, the buffed up size from Grimella. And I mean, another one too, so this is their chance. Big power play here, looking for a couple passes, hopefully putting this one away as Best Jelly's defending again. Oh, not quite.
Right, there it is.
Yeah.
How about 3Z's play right now on this Juliet? And by the way, again, might I remind you, with the Twin Drive start, has this dash up much more and is going to be able to find more of those KOs, and then even still have another charge of that secondary for those scoring opportunities as well. Obviously, it applies to both Juliets, but 3Z's showing it there in that last rally. Now looking for another goal barrier, but it gets sent away once again by Best Jelly. But I am very scared to see what happens if 3Z starts getting a spark build going, starts getting the spark of agility as well with a little bit of extra speed. Could be incredibly catastrophic because it seems like that core is just getting ahead of him just a little bit too much.
Yeah, and kind of one thing to note here is it feels like last round Grimella, you know, actually really didn't get taken out. Hasn't been getting damaged in this set at all. And has been playing a lot better positionally to actually not get taken out for the power plays. However, MarkXO actually finds that ult there and gets it into the bottom corner. Reznok, I don't think quite read that in time. So a little bit of a slip up there overall. However, I do believe soon DUBU Strikers have the overall pressure advantage this set. They just need to put this one away.
Need to find a way to do that, and now 3Z does have that energy burst up online. So does MarkXO, and it's going to convert into 2 goal barriers there as well. Fantastically played to put that away. 3Z now on the dribble, looking for the dash up to the goal barrier, but no, denied this time around, and the barrage connects with MarkXO instead of the core. He'll shovel that one into the net. No TOTKU hideouts up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it's the soon DUBU Strikers getting so many more opportunities. 3Z just in position all the time. However, with this Twin Drive Atlas, just denying him so many great chances, right? Denying him so many chances. And the difference here is that with this Kai, even with Twin Drive doesn't really matter with Kai as much, giving a little more speed. Doesn't matter too much when a Julie is dash punching in your face and you're getting piercing shotted by an Estelle. But one thing to look at here, I mean, Best Jelly trying to get this orb build up, but 3Z has the spark build, has the spark of agility, and there's still 1 spark left in the pool, so he can get 3, but 2 with spark of strength and spark of agility. Very, very scary. Another thing to note here, Kai with the prime time. So they're getting some crazy trainings here. MarkXO getting the catalyst as well. Very, very strong on the Juliet with those multi-hits. And, you know, also just taking so much pressure really at all this game. Fire up on the Alpha Kiwi. Don't really know how much that's going to matter given how much he's actually been dying this set. However, we'll have to see. I mean, they're up 2-0, so they have the leeway. However, soon DUBU has the much better draft here.
By the way, as well, Grimella has to settle for Monumentalist. Certainly not something that the era is displeased with.
Yeah.
It'll be looking to use that Maelstrom as well on the offensive side. Now, Goal Gate's open, looking for this. Giga Blast comes through, gets a little bit of extra stagger there on the KO. Mark XO gets taken off of the pitch. Grimella looking for the pass up, but doesn't have quite the speed to meet the core. Crazy still in the corner, looking for the dash, and will be able to get it right past Best Jelly there as well. Here it comes, though, because as we were talking about critically, picks up that spark of agility and now all of a sudden can be more places at once. Has a little bit of extra speed and will likely be quite a threat that someone's going to have to find an answer for Otaku Hack.
Yeah, and I mean, also with the Spark of Strength as well, you know, just getting a little bit of that more of that power, gets more knockback, gets a little bit more of that damage. A lot more of a threat, you know, to Alpha Kiwi, to Mark XO standing near the edge, and the Best Jelly if he steps a little bit too far back, and noticing that Best Jelly actually stood up a little bit too far forward, getting tagged by that punch, getting hit stun, so he couldn't save that goal. Otherwise, it would have been very, very savable. But either way, I mean, look at all the pressure from DUBU. We saw this in the other rounds. However, it seems like 3Z and Grimella are just being able to put this away so much. As Best Jelly, great flip on top of the Maelstrom to deny it. Great job from Reznok there to stall as long as possible, but not able to save the barrier in time. Marco and Alpha Kiwi, it should be only a matter of time now. But 3Z, the Iron Wall, not quite there. Marco getting it, the down pass. Covered that angle, gets the bottom corner. I mean, well played overall.
Well played in that entire interaction. I mean, Reznok making some saves there, 3Z coming back to find some saves, but then Mark XO having the discipline to also pass it back to Alpha Kiwi instead of assuming that he can just try to send another shot towards the net. Keeps up the pressure even faster for Otaku Hideout. And then, again, that element of surprise. You don't know where actually the shot's going to come from next. It makes it that much more difficult to find the prediction down to the net. But now, power play opportunity will convert into both goal barriers here for Otaku Hideout. Core flip burned out of 3Z Breeze to get it away, and he'll find a goal barrier for the trouble as well. Mark XO on the hunt for the goal, but no, we'll lose the core there. Expanse comes out of Best Jelly once. Grimella looking for the pass. 3Z dribbles down to himself, now looking for the dash forward again, but can't find it. Thanks to the fiery flurry out of Mark XO. The core goes back the other way. Reznok, nice strike back up to Grimella. Looking to try to find the clear angle away, but there's so much going on the top side. And Mark was positioned between Reznok and 3Z Breezy, intercepting a possible clear angle. And now Mark trying to come back, has a speed boost as well, but can't seem to find it for now. Breezy on the dribble once more, and this one slips by. Alpha Kiwi, what a shot towards the net, caught everyone off by surprise.
Yeah, I mean, great offensive plays in total from Otaku Hideout, and one thing I want to note with that point specifically is Best Jelly able to hold that barrier, and same with last point too a little bit, able to hold these barriers a lot longer, which should be his job, as Marco getting just destroyed off of that map immediately, basically, from the side, from the DUBU strikers, kind of all of them at once for the most part. I'm not sure if that was just a Giga Blast or not. I have to look back. That caught me off guard. However, Best Jelly has one barrier left. It's all you really need on this map, especially with that Atlas. And Alpha Kiwi looking for a chance here. I mean, it's an even game. Both players, both even health bars. Energy a little bit in the favor of DUBU as they have 2-to-1 core flip. But in this map, it doesn't matter too much as both, you know, energy just kind of in general is just getting destroyed. Best Jelly uses flip to defend there. Grimella has to use theirs, unable to get anything done with it though. And I mean, stalemate again.
By the way, this is game point for Otaku Hideout. They get one more goal here. They go ahead in the best of 3. They'll be looking to close it out here. Nice barrage from Reznok. Denies the core flip, but a nice rose warp from Alpha Kiwi to find the response. Sends it up to the first barrier. Now, we're in overtime. Alpha Kiwi again on the rose warp. Looking for a pass up to Marco, but again, nice barrage. Comes out of Reznok once again. Starting to come into himself a little more on this Kai. Back on over to Grimella here, trying to find some kind of an angle on down. But again, 3Z not quite open for the pass, and this one hits the goal barrier there as well. 3Z looking for the KO, but a nice dodge out of Alpha Kiwi. Expanse, used once out of Best Jelly. Rose Warp comes through. Reznok forced to use the barrage. Projection trying to come up as well. Keeping the pressure alive here for Otaku Hideout. Now Mark XO punches it back to the net. And it's Otaku Hideout that'll take game 1 in tonight's best of 3.
You know, it really just felt like Otaku Hideout was in control of that game. Actually, it didn't even feel like they're in control. It just felt like they were able to convert off of the opportunities, I should say, a lot better than the DUBU strikers. And it's a little weird, right? Because you look back at that draft, it felt like DUBU got everything they wanted. The primetime Kai, right? It got basically the spark build on the 3Z almost, but unable to kind of really put really anything away. I mean, they let this Best Jelly Atlas through to ban the Octavia, but it makes you think, right? Why ban the Octavia if you're gonna play that era, which denies that Octavia most of the time anyway? You know what I mean? So already kind of a natural counter there. Not really planning on playing a lot of damage. Maybe that was their idea. They didn't think that they could actually handle the Octavia speed without any real damage on Oni Village. Either way, I mean, well played from both sides. DUBU, I definitely think, has a chance here, but a mountain to overcome now on OTKU Hideout, who it feels like that they're just on a tear recently.
Yeah, I mean, you figure in how close they took a lot of those games with the Bounty Hunters, and now coming into night 3-0 against the DUBU Strikers, they're certainly feeling pretty confident in themselves. And now, you know, to your point, DUBU's got some choices to make, likely dependent upon what we see come up on our starter awakening drafts and what map we end up going to here. But even still, you've got the choices. Do you really not want to worry about that Octavia? Or do you have to try to take something else off of the table here, especially if, I mean, theoretically, law of averages says we probably don't get Twin Drive up again on starter awakenings, but always decisions to be made here, right? If you are DUBU, who now does have to win the next 2 maps.
Yeah, and I mean, without the Twin Drive start, I don't think the Atlas was as big of a deal. I do think it still has a lot of, I guess, power on that map specifically, especially against the Juliet, where you can just press Expanse, press your primary, and the Juliet can't really do much, especially with an Estelle as your midfielder as well to, you know, knock the core out of the hands of the Juliet whenever they try to dribble. So it seems like they had the much better comp there. You know, the draft going the way of the DUBU, but I don't think it matters when your comp just outdrafts them that hard in general on Oni Village. Either way, going to be getting into the second game here, DUBU. Hopefully, you know, bringing it back, give us a game 3. But we'll have to see what map it is. I don't think they're going to ban the Octavia again, especially, you know, maybe if it's Oni Village, they'll do it again. Even if it's Oni Village, I don't think they're going to do it again. There's no way. After that game,
there's only 3 people that know the answer to that question, and they are not either of us right now, Borg. But we'll be loading into the next one. It is on IME's app, which means now it's the choice of do you ban Erasmus away. I think, though, out of everyone here, I feel like Threezy is probably the most consistent Rasmus player, at least the one that's most comfortable pulling it out more.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they'll be banning the Rasmus. OTKU Hideout might ban the Rasmus. You know, Threezy has been playing it a lot, so would not be surprised with that. We'll see in just a second as we wait here. It'll be the Julie ban against Marco, I should say, on the side of DUBU, and a Drakkar ban, actually, which I'm not too surprised to see. I mean, Grimella, very good in general on that Drakkar. I think Drakkar a little bit stronger on this map than the Era overall is. But, you know, the Era definitely not
Reznok,
anything
right?
to shy at. Oh, and Reznok too, but I don't think Reznok's going to be playing the Era goalie. And
No.
He hasn't really picked it up.
The Drakkar goalie.
Oh, the Drakkar goalie. I think it's more for Grimella here overall. I don't think it's as strong of a goalie in this sense. I think it's still fine. I also haven't seen it in forever, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. Let's take a look at the comps. It's actually going to be the Amy midfield with the Rasmus on the side of OTKU Hideout. And wait, is that what I think it is?
I don't quite know what you think it is.
That is a DUBU forward.
Oh, so it is.
I mean, are they throwing in the towel already, or are they trying to just give us a show? What's going on here?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It is Chrono Boost and Monumentalist as our starter awakenings here, and maybe that's part of it, but I don't know. You know, hey, we'll see if it works. We know that DUBU in general can be strong on this map, most notably in the goalie position, because you're able to split the map in half around the pit in the middle, but haven't quite seen the DUBU forward come through. So we'll see.
You know what? I will say, if there's any map to do it, it's this one or Night Market. I mean, those are the maps where I've seen it work the most and not look as troll, but you know, Reznok going down here, it's going to be a little hard. Grimella probably not used to the DUBU and net quite yet here, as Alpha Kibi has the great cyber swipe in order to get it in. Had the core flip too, just in case they lost the strike war, but not going to be needed.
Not going to be needed that time around, and OTKU Hideout will find the first goal as well of this map. See what the DUBU Strikers can do on forward, and there's going to be a barrier. Energy burst into the Tofu Fortress as well, and now Grimella finds the net here. Goes right around Best Jelly that time.
Yeah, maybe it's the surprise factor. I mean, with that DUBU wall and the core flip, you know, Best Jelly hitting it back into that, I think it kind of like disguised it there. I didn't quite notice the DUBU wall. I saw the animation, but it's hard to see the wall until after Best Jelly cleared that away. You know, great play from Grimella there. Great kill from Threezy there in the middle on that Rasmus. Marco unable to actually answer that kill, so it's going to be a power play for another 5-6 seconds. They should be getting it, but Best Jelly does have that core flip. So does MarkXO. So, I mean, I guess they'll be safe overall here as Grimella going to die. So now it's the other power play on the side of OTKU Hideout that's going to be going through.
Other thing you think here for a moment is if you are Grimella on this DUBU, you're an awfully large target for the Monumentalist on the other side of the pitch with a Rasmus hook and with Alpha Kibis, both Firewall Sentry. I can't recall if the glitch pop's actually creation or not, but anyway, that KO leads to another goal with the passing play coming through. MarkXO puts it away once again, and OTKU Hideout on yet another set.
Yeah, Grimella and Reznok not quite, you know, on the same page there. Grimella looked like they needed to cover the bottom side there, not quite doing it as Threezy. I mean, doing it here, finding another kill. I mean, so's Marco. DUBU, very big target, as you said before, for that Rasmus hook. Doesn't really matter if it's a creation or not, because, or for the creation size or not, because it's only get increased size on the hook once it lands, actually, not actually on the projectile itself. So either way, it does not matter too much here, as it's going to be an even game. Both barriers up. However, Best Jelly does have that flip, which he will not be able to utilize here, as his barrier goes down.
Barrier goes down. Nice play by Threezy on the pendulum swing to find it. And now, looking for the goal. Whiplash up to Grimella. Finds the corner, but a nice expanse comes out of Best Jelly. Won't have that up for a little while longer, but a nice energy burst as well to clear it away. There's the projection shoving it back, but Grimella is still at the top of the goal box. Doesn't find the angle to put it away. And now projectiles coming out to try to swing things back for OTKU Hideout. They find the goal barrier in the process. Log goes out here from Grimella, who's low on stagger. Has to be very careful, especially playing towards the edge of the map. But now it's Threezy's turn, looking for this one. Expanse comes out, pass up, no, denied by Alpha Kibi. There's the glitch pop as well. And now it's Grimella getting pulled back again. Threezy does have flip available, will decide to use it here, tries to pick an angle, and Best Jelly, not surprised there. Oh, nice cross up by Threezy Breezy off of the core flip. Sends us to a 0.5.
Yeah, you expected him almost to go down, however, actually faked us out a little bit too with that top hit. Definitely very good. Scared of the primary there from the Atlas going downwards. So great shot from Threezy. Great core flip on Reznok to get it to him. Grimella, you know, going away a little bit early. Like you said earlier, this DUBU, very big target as he misses the roll there a little bit. Marco going to be looking for a kill. Glitch pop not quite hitting. Threezy getting a kill onto Alpha Kibi as Alpha Kibi was trying to look for the damage onto Grimella. So, I mean, soon DUBU playing a lot better here. I mean, mainly I feel like it's Threezy playing a ton better overall, as, you know, this feels like kind of his zone here, his map. He has been practicing this pick too on this map specifically. Unable to kill Grimella, unable to get that barrier. Pretty even game here. Great stuff from Best Jelly. Has the core flip now, getting rewarded for it. As Marco, an extra reward there, killing the big DUBU. Not tofu he's eating. That is death.
And now, pass up from Best Jelly right over to Alpha Kibi, who finds the redirect to the top corner. Means that OTKU Hideout takes the first set once again. MarkXO, first pick as well, taking whatever he might like away, but a lot of fantastic stuff we see on the carousel here.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to take the specialized, however, built different. Might be a little bit better overall, I think, just because it's so incredibly powerful on this Rasmus. The size increases are so incredibly good. But specialized training, you know, a little bit better target with the Monumentalist as well. You're getting hit by that hook. You're going in, I mean, you're going in the middle. It doesn't really matter from where, for the most part. We see Hot Shot on the DUBU, which will be very strong. Dancer onto Best Jelly, and actually Twin Drive on Reznok. And then you cannot forget about excuse me. That is the other training. Missile Prop, as they call it, onto Alpha Kibi. I don't think it'll be too big of a deal overall, as it is a forward aimee, so the extra range doesn't matter too much, but will still be nice.
Most notably, though, in the way that shaked out, Reznok finds the deny of the Twin Drive versus Best Jelly, but it's MarkXO finding the KO against Reznok on a 6 KO streak now is the Rasmus for OTKU Hideout. Power play opportunity, taking our time with this one. Glitch pop comes out, Reznok just comes in and immediately presses the speed boost button. Finds his way back to the net in order to clear things away, but now the Firewall Sentry comes out again. Grimella staggered, completely sent away. Nice clear, not afraid of the pendulum swing this time around. Breezy trying to clear things up forward, but Tofu Fortress interrupts things for a moment. There's a log goes out as well. And again, Freezy trying to do his best, but without much speed here. Seems to just be getting beaten away by a lot of the projectiles coming through. And Alpha Kibi on the top side as well, able to find the shot towards the top of the net. Alpha Kibi's been putting a lot of these goals back for OTKU Hype.
Yeah, I mean, very, very strong Amy player, has been so since the beta. Very comfortable on the character. As we see there, cross-map kill, the cyber swipe, followed by the glitch pop, the combo, the old school beta combo. As Mark XO, you know, the new school Rasmus combo for that goal, Reznok, no core flip, no abilities to actually get that, as he did quite miss that barrage. And then he saves that core flip, I mean, so crucially too, so he's looking away to put this set away in total really early on. As, I mean, Threezy's got something to say about it, getting that kill.
We go now, power play opportunity. Core flip used, hit some confusion in front of the net, but the goal barrier still falls nonetheless. Now Reznok joining the party on the speed boost as well. Freezy off of the pit, on over to Gramella. Core flip used out of Best Jelly there as well. Freezy, Whiplash, a little bit of extra speed here, as well as Reznok trying to go forward, but it finds the firewall sentry nonetheless, and it gets sent back to the blue side of the pitch. Now, pass forward. Gramella looking for this one on down to Threezy. There's enough players there in front to interrupt things. Monumentalist on the expanse comes out yet again. Threezy now has an opportunity here without that expanse available for Best Jelly. Tries to pull Mark XO down, but no, can't find that one. He can't do it himself. He's now trying to find the connection there, but the goal barrier stands for now, and that core spent a lot of that power play on the red side of the pitch, but now Mark XO has something to say about that, going back to the barrier, as well as that glitch pop to come through, and it's Mark XO on the 8 KO streak has been staying alive on the Rasmus, as well as finding so many of these death touches to send folks down into that hit. Looking for the goal barrier again, but it still stands. Reznok holding for now. Still comes on through. Nice resurrect comes on now, and both Rasmuses will land their hooks. But it's only Gramella that goes down thanks to the cosmic intervention. Looking again, finally this goal barrier falls. Best Jelly though back in time, has a close call. Now core flip used. Gramella rolls on down on the summer assault. Doesn't matter for now though. Able to get cleared away. Now ping-ponging back on up to that top side of the pitch. Mark XO in position finally from the top of the key. Puts it back to the top corner. And again, OTKU Hideout has gone 5 sets in a row unanswered here aboard. And they're looking to close this one out quick tonight.
Yeah, I mean, gets the big fish too, Marco. Just, this guy's a menace. I mean, like I said earlier, the DUBU, just such an easy target, and Threezy as well recently. With that built diff, the downside to it on this map is that with that increased size, you actually are a slightly easier target with the Monumentalist hook, as well as just the specialized hitting from basically anywhere you're going to die. So I think one thing that we need to see from the soon DUBU strikers is this DUBU playing the same side as this Rasmus, because he keeps dying over and over again, and he needs to stop that. As Reznok with the Super Surge, we'll see the Amy with the heavy impact. Glass Cannon denial on the Atlas from Threezy Breezy there. Atlas getting both the the orbs, actually. Not quite Orbeus, he doesn't have the replicator quite yet, but I don't think it's going to matter as Threezy goes down right off the bat.
Quick KO again, and so many has gone the way of OTKU Hideout as they'll find the goal barrier off the power play as well. Projection goes forward for Best Jelly, and now once again, Threezy goes taken out right off of the respawn coming back in. Alpha Kibi, glitch pop back up to themselves, looking for the pass on forward to Mark XO. Can't quite find it, interrupted by Gramella's DUBU. Now finally, Pendulum Swing comes out, or was it a kick blast? Either way, player gets knocked out, and now it's a double KO to come through here as well. Looking for this one finally, but it goes right around the goal barrier. There's no one there to quite back it up. Mark XO back online here, and Best Jelly has a friend to help them out here. Threezy looks for a shot to the goal barrier, but no, still denied as it holds for now. Tofu Fortress as well gets interrupted and can't be the impenetrable wall that we know it to be. Crazy Pendulum Swing finally will find it there. Gorilla back down, looking for a pass back, and now looking for the KO here against Mark XO, but with that Atlas ultimate out, will be a bit difficult to do, and now there's no one back as Reznok was going forward, and the unattended glitch pop will find the goal.
Yeah, I mean, Goat Jelly there, absolutely just saving that 1v3. That was insane, keeping that barrier alive for so incredibly long. and allows Alpha Kibi and Marco to come back and get that last goal. So 1-0 here on the last set. I keep wanting to give Sundubu a chance here. I mean, it feels like they have the tools, but they just can't quite figure it out as 3Z goes down yet again. As Marco looking for the hook, unable to find it. Alpha Kibi in position here, looking for a glitch pop or a cyber slave, unable to actually convert off of either. But they do have the barrier as Gramella looks for that core flip. Great expanse there. Monumental is coming in clutch there for Best Jelly. 3Z looking for that goal, but unable to find the pendulum swing. Just seems like nothing is going the way of Sundubu, except for that angle. 3Z Breezy able to come in there, says no, I don't know what you're talking about, finds that top angle yet again.
Between the uprights of Best Jelly and Alpha Kibi and puts that one back. Sundubu Striker's still alive, but again, it is still a mountain to climb. They have not won a set despite some being close so far. And now, oh my goodness, what a firewall sentry. But the barrier holds for now. Glitch Pop is a little bit too far ahead of the core. Gramella still looking for the pass on down to 3Z, but still cannot quite seem to find it. Now goal barrier is found by Alpha Kibi once again, who's been putting on quite a clinic on this IME, but now gets taken off the pitch there.
Ooh,
the 1-for-1 trade though, and MarkXO is there with the pendulum swing as well. OTKU Hideout now is on match point.
The big fish size increase coming in so clutch there from Marco, finding that incredible hook on the 3Z to get that kill, and then hitting it right into Reznok, but Reznok clearing it the right way. However, the size increase on the pendulum swing just puts it away with nothing, and now their barrier's gone again. They're looking to end this right here, K-Bot.
But Gramella's in position, patiently waiting, and MarkXO, you were standing a little too close there to the pit there, Gramella. Puts it away. Large target to the DUBU. Makes for some easy fishing. Now, 1-for-1 trade, though. Potential opportunity here as Reznok tries to go forward, but MarkXO almost got it back. Couldn't find it there. There's a nice death touch trying to pull it back in the expanse to defend. All the options were covered, and the core just stalled there for a moment. Now, pendulum swing out once again. Firewall sentry splits the map in two, finds the KO, and MarkXO is there to secure the goal. OTKU Hideout will knock out the Sundubu Strikers and stay alive in NASL West playoffs.
And they're going to be going against, I believe, Aesop's PogChamps here on the losers finals, going to be battling for the chance at taking on Bounty Hunters once again. And I think OTKU Hideout are coming in with something to prove here. 2 3-0s onto Sundubu Strikers. And I mean, in the regular season, I think we wouldn't expect this at all. You know, in the regular season, the games were a lot closer, but maybe OTKU Hideout has just been leveling up recently. It felt like, I mean, take a look here. The goalie difference, you know, regardless of how much pressure Reznok was actually getting, it felt like Best Jelly somehow having so many more saves, 70-45. I think really this game, regardless of how well Marco actually played, I think Best Jelly is just completely outclassed the Sundubu Strikers.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it best yourself. It looks like OTKU Hideout has something to prove. They have come into playoffs in the Western Division hungry for more. They are trying to prove themselves and prove their worth against these teams that, look, might have gotten the best of them earlier in the league season, but so what? They're a different team now. They're continuing to practice and they're continuing to level up and find their stride, as we've seen them so often do. And it is looking like a well-oiled machine here for OTKU Hideout as they prepare for their next match. As you mentioned, it'll be against Aesop's little PogChamps, who, by the way, they faced in semifinals and no, it was Bounty Hunters they faced in semifinals. Yeah. That was right, on the winner's side of the bracket. So not a matchup we've seen since the regular season, but nonetheless going to be one to watch out for, as who knows what direction that could go, especially with the amount of momentum that this team has built up.
Yeah, I mean, lots of momentum. They got something to prove. And just one more kind of shout out to the Sundubu Strikers, ending 4th in the season. I mean, well played. I think they definitely, you know, rough start, able to bring it back later in the regular season, had a chance, got into playoffs, kind of conquered what they, you know, I don't think anyone expected them to make it at a certain point after, you know, the first 2 weeks of play. But doing so well, bringing it back, ending 4th, getting a little bit of a prize, you know, for their efforts. So Breezy, Reznok, Gramella, and especially, you know, Reznok, the core strike going down. Salute to Reznok. Not sure if that's going to be the final retirement game. Maybe he'll be like Jordan and come back, you know, in a couple months' time.
I'm sure
we'll have to see
him.
We'll see him here and there, probably.
For some random primetime Tuesdays or something. But certainly, I imagine, for the most part, in terms of having high-level competitive matches, that's probably it for Reznok. So a round of applause and salutes over to you, sir, for all the work that you've done, both for the competitive scene and in a supportive setting with Core Strike and all. Was a lot of fun to have you around. But again, story is all in the favor of Otaku Hideout, who has been going on a tear so far with a close series versus the Bounty Hunters and now completely dismantling the DUBU Strikers. We'll see what they can do as NASL West playoffs continue in the future. Borg, I think that's it for us tonight.
Yeah. I mean, really quick set. That was like only 40 minutes. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to go eat dinner, enjoy, might boot up the stream. No promises. No promises. You might have to wait and see. We'll have to see. Not quite sure yet. Didn't plan on it tonight. So, expected the game to run a little longer. But either way, congratulations to Otaku Hideout. I mean, shout out for me. Just JordOS. You've heard it a million times. You know where to find me. What about you, K-Bot?
Find me on Twitter, kbot_273, or on Twitch because I am now home. I might also boot up my stream in case anyone's interested in watching gold level gameplay. We'll see what goes there, but you can probably more consistently find me on this broadcast, where we'll see if we go live again to cover the last little bit of the Omega Strike tournament hosted by Amplify that has still been going on in the background and who we caught a little bit from earlier. We'll step away. Maybe you'll see us go live again. Maybe you won't. We'll see what happens. But for sure, the next time we'll be live is for another North American Strikers League match. It'll be Dog-like Spike versus Surplus Esports, aka Finesse, scheduled for 7 p.m.
interview.
Eastern. Oh, 3Z interview. Hold on.
Hold.
Pause, champ. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can get him in. But as I was saying, next time we'll be live will be for NASL East, Dog-like Spike versus Surplus Esports. That'll be Tuesday the 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Mark your calendars because that'll be a fun one to watch to decide second and third place and who is going to go up and challenge Light, who's been the surprise story out of the Eastern Division for playoffs so far. So should be a good one to see there as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess before we get 3Z in here, one thing to note for that Eastern seed with Light being kind of at the top right now, it's a little bit of a surprise, as we said, with them coming in as 4th seed. However, you got to remember that they actually were pretty much projected first in the beginning of the season regardless, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, now I believe we are joined by the man himself, 3Z Breezy. 3Z, not quite what you probably wanted on the day, but how are you feeling?
Hello, Mr. Borg. How are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, got to watch those games. Just came home, had some fun, got a little drinking party, but couldn't get too crazy. Had to come back.
Yeah, I'm doing good. The sun shines on a grateful universe, and that's how I feel right now. As a DUBU striker, my time is over. 07 to Reznok. But we move forward. We move on. Some could say I could have played a little better, perhaps without a month in Morea. I could be a different beast, a different animal, one could say. But fortunately, we're going home. Number 4, not too shabby, top of the pack. Shout out to my fellow Western players. Okay, you guys are beasts. Keep solo queuing. Central servers will be out of the game when Odyssey decides to lie in their patch notes. It's okay. We will get them eventually. It's all good.
3C, fantastic to hear from you, and fantastic to hear that you're in decent spirits, all things considered. Surely this isn't the end of the road for you, though, right?
Absolutely not, K-Bot. I'm, some might call me the Demon of the West, the CEO of Westcord, etc., etc. I do play the game quite a bit. I will continue to play the game. I love this game, the game that I love the most. I will play it. I will win something, sometime. As long as I try, I will. So that's what I aim for, and hopefully that will come true. So,
yeah. Demon of the West. I like that title.
To turn it around back to what we just witnessed, I don't need to talk much about the actual game, but what I do want to talk about is Striker Select in Game 2. What was the conversation like that led to Grimella locking DUBU?
He always has DUBU on his striker. So, like in your homepage, how you just have a striker selected. Yeah, he has DUBU, and I have Atlas. So he still had DUBU up, and I was like, you know what? It'd be pretty based if you locked in DUBU right now, and that's exactly what he did. Funny thing, DUBU actually counters Amy pretty well. So you can just chuck down your ult if she tucks down her turret, and then it's a pretty cool interaction where your Pokemon face off, and DUBU wins that Pokemon battle. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, ultimately, best Jelly's Atlas, fucking strong pick. Alice is super strong. Jelly's a great player, so showing off that. Not able to get a KO differential with that in the game, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We had fun. I had fun at least. So.
Well, glad that you guys had fun, and I'm curious about what you actually think, going into the rest of West playoffs. You guys might be eliminated now, but I'm assuming you'll probably still watch and see what happens. What do you think's going on? Otaku Hideout kind of been popping off recently, taking Bunny Hunters to a best of 3, and then now taking on Aesop's PogChamps in the losers finals coming up here. I mean, do you think Mark XO has he leveled up enough to take on Aesop's?
I mean, he's the GOAT, so it's just a question of really how good of a draft they can get, because Kibi and Jelly have their picks. But if they can get on their picks, they can definitely win versus Aesop. It's also a question of who's going to play the game, right? So that's what we've been seeing here in the East League as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Core Overflow don't really play the game no more. So they lost even though they were seed number 1. So some interesting things might happen. So for one, I don't know, but I do expect Bounty Hunters to win. The GOATs, my fellow Demons Raw member, Gumi, mi amor, Kai Noob, and then Gravity. Very, very good team. So we'll see how it goes, but I do expect them to win.
Awesome.
We just got another question coming in from producer Saya. And I have to ask you about more gameplay related things, I suppose, but it's still Striker Select, so technically it's not fully gameplay related.
Yeah.
Your
Is it
thoughts
Rasmus
on
Mirror?
leaving the Atlas up for best Jelly and not taking it away, instead banning the Octavia in game 1.
Yeah.
And again, leaving that Atlas up.
Some might say not even Gravity can save me from the illness I had banning Octavia game 1. But that's okay, because I guess it was my job to ban and I fucking whisked it. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. I didn't ban Atlas, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take. You know what? I'll take that one. That's my bad.
Okay. Well,
I got one more question.
What's up?
Was Reznok playing Albion during that series?
Reznok told us, he said, if we win the league, me and Josh had to play Albion, and we agreed. We did not win the league. So I can't speak to Reznok. He will forever be the Sundubu GOAT. But I fear that his time with Mega Strikers has ended. So salute to Reznok. It's been fun. Treasured memories with that man, but it's come to an end. So.
All right, 3Z. Before we send you away, any other shout outs, things you want to give before we wrap up for the night?
Yeah, why not? Thank you, K-Bot. It's going to be a shout out to my fellow Sundubu strikers, Reznok and Gramella. Josh, otherwise known as Josh, my UCLA roommate. He's the GOAT. Shout out to them. Shout out to all my Westcordians. You guys are goated. Shout out to all the players of Omega Strikers. Keep playing this game. It will live, I swear. I hope, I pray it will get better. We will get better. Central servers, etc. Shout out to the casters. You guys are the GOATs. Saya, Kiyachi, thanks for running the league. All the other TOs, staff members, everybody involved. Appreciate all of your effort. Look forward to Summer League. Hopefully I'll be a part of that. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, 3Z. Well, thank you for joining us for the, I guess I have to say that it's a loser's interview, as Otaku Hideout gets the best of the Sundubu Strikers and will be advancing, staying alive in Western League playoffs. Folks, again, next time we'll be live for sure will be Tuesday night at 7 p.m. for DLS versus Surplus. Might also be live and a little more with more tournament games. So keep it tuned to Bestie in Slot for more Omega Strikers action. And we will see you all on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.